With its unique star-shaped patterns and relatively compact size, the Indian star tortoise is one of the most striking tortoises on the planet. Found in forests, grasslands, and shrublands across much of India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, the species has a high tolerance for seasonally wet or dry habitats and therefore is fairly adaptable. Unfortunately, Indian star tortoises are popular in the international exotic pet trade, and this is primarily why the species is now listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List. Various efforts are in place to protect these tortoises, including the Indian Wildlife Act of 1972. Dull beginnings. Although adult Indian star tortoises are known for their bright, eye-catching patterns, hatchlings are born without the distinctive markings. Typically, their shells, or carapaces, are entirely black or brown with rectangular yellow or orange splotches. Adaptable. These tortoises do best during the rainy season, when they are highly active throughout the day. They also fare well during hot, dry weather, resting under vegetation during the hottest time of day. In cold climates during winter months, they can become inactive for extended periods of time. Sexual dimorphism. Female Indian star tortoises are noticeably larger than males. Males have longer, thicker tails, and the underside of their shell, the plastron, is concave while the female's is much flatter. Long-living. Like all tortoises, Indian star tortoises have long lifespans. On average, they live 35 to 80 years in the wild. In captivity, they live for an average of 25 years. No parental care. Indian star tortoises provide no post-nesting care. The eggs are laid and then abandoned, and the hatchlings are on their own after they emerge. On average, the Indian star tortoise grows to a size of 7 to 12 inches long. Male Indian star tortoises attain an average length of 6 to 8 inches while females attain an average length of 10 to 12 inches. On a size chart comparing all tortoise species, this one would be on the smaller end. The body, limbs and tail are usually yellow to tan in color, and some dark spots and blotches may be present. The upper shell, or carapace, of the Indian star tortoise is its most striking feature. It has an extremely convex, or rounded, shape, with the sides being almost vertical. The dorsal shields, or scutes, often form humps, creating an even more dramatic effect. The scutes can range from being nearly smooth and flat to almost pyramidical in shape. Each one features a yellowish center, which is known as an areola, and yellow or tan lines radiate out from there. This creates the distinctive star pattern that lends the tortoise its name. The background, the area below the scutes, is normally brown or black. The shape of this tortoise's carapace is believed to be specially adapted to help them return easily to a stable stance after being turned over. This comes in handy since males often compete with each other during mating season by trying to flip each other onto their backs. This self-righting feature ensures that Indian star tortoises aren't left stranded after being turned over, whether accidentally or otherwise. This tortoise has a moderate-sized head. The forehead is swollen, convex and covered with tiny, irregular shields. The tortoise's beak is slightly hooked. Like a high degree of sexual dimorphism is present in Indian star tortoises, making it fairly easy to tell males apart from females. On a size chart, you can easily spot the difference. As noted previously, females are larger than males. They attain an average length of 10 to 12 inches while males grow to an average length of 6 to 8 inches. The plastron, or lower shell, of the female is fairly flat while the male's is much more concave. This feature allows the male to mount the female more easily. Males also have longer, thicker tails than females. Indian star tortoises are placid, slow-moving creatures. Outside of the mating season, they tend to be reclusive and solitary. Like most tortoises, they are typically diurnal, meaning that they are awake during the day and asleep during the night. However, some may be considered crepuscular, meaning that they become more active during twilight. In hot, dry weather, Indian star tortoises are usually active early in the morning and late in the afternoon. The rest of the day, they shelter themselves beneath vegetation or in other hiding places. Their activity increases a lot during the rainy season, when they are known to feed and move around throughout much of the day. During the colder, drier winter months, they tend to be less active. Tortoises in colder parts of the range like western India and Pakistan often become inactive for extended periods during the coldest months of the winter. Indian star tortoises have a high tolerance for habitats that go through extreme fluctuations between wet and dry weather. The Indian star tortoise's primary habitats are forests, shrublands and grasslands. Their range extends throughout most of India except for lower Bengal and west to the Sindh province of Pakistan through to Sri Lanka. Their habitats are mostly found in semi-arid and arid regions. Their extensive range exemplifies the adaptability of this species. Primarily herbivores, Indian star tortoises' diets mostly consist of fallen fruits, flowers, grasses and the leaves of succulent plants. From time to time, they may opportunistically feed on carrion. Hatchlings subsist off of an embryonic egg sac for the first 3 to 7 days of life. Thanks to its shell, which it can tuck itself inside of when threatened, the Indian star tortoise has few natural predators in the wild. However, eggs, hatchlings and juveniles are at greater risk of predation. Common predators include mongoose, hawks, jackals, monitor lizards, snakes, vultures and foxes. Humans are also known to prey on these tortoises. Locally, they are often consumed by indigenous groups. On a national and international level, however, these tortoises are not commonly consumed as food. Although Indian star tortoises don't have many natural predators, they are threatened on many levels by human activity. Thanks to their distinctive patterns and relatively compact size, they are popularly kept as pets. As a result, they have been extensively hunted for the international pet trade for many decades. It is estimated that 10,000 to 20,000 Indian star tortoises disappear from the wild every year. They are typically sold to middlemen who then sell them to international smugglers. From there, they are sold at markets in places like Thailand and Malaysia and shipped across the world. They can command a price of up to $150 per tortoise, so it's a lucrative business. These tortoises are also used in traditional medicine in Malaysia and China, where they are believed to be an excellent source of energy. They also face habitat losses as large expanses of forests and grasslands are cleared for agriculture. For many decades, efforts have been made to protect Indian star tortoises, whose population numbers are declining. The Indian Wildlife Act of 1972 made it illegal to possess or trade these tortoises, but the law isn't enforced well, and Indian star tortoises are easy to find for sale in pet shops across India. They are attractive to illegal smugglers because they command such a good price. Under the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, or CITES, Appendix I of 2019, all international trade of Indian star tortoises is prohibited. Again, though, enforcing this act is easier said than done.